In this video, we'll do examples of exponential equations. We're going to start with exponential equations, and we have this property of logarithms that says provided x, y, and a are all positive, greater than 0, and a is not equal to 1, then we have the property that says if x is equal to y, then the log of x is equal to the log of y. And we're going to use that here. We also have the property that if log base a of x equals y, we can convert this into a to the y equals x. So both of those properties are helpful when solving an exponential equation. So for our first example, we have 8 to the x equals 21. And I want to use this first property and just convert this to it is an exponential, convert to logarithmic form. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and then I'll do it the other way using this other property. So this is going to be log base 8 of 21 equals x. So there's a nice exact answer. If you want to plug it into your calculator and get an approximation, you can do so. So when I do that, I get 1.464. If I use the original property, which says if two things are equal, such as this, then we can take the log of both sides. I'm going to take log base 10. I could take any base that I wanted to, but with base 10, I can use my calculator. We then use our properties of logs to move the exponent, which is x, down. And we get log 21 divided by log 8, which is also approximately 1.464. If we're going to do the nearest thousandth, tenth, hundredth, thousandth, we should be rounding to the third decimal place. Here's another example that's a little bit more involved. If we have two things that are equal, we can use this property and take the log of both sides. So I'm going to do log of 5 to the 2x minus 3 equals log of 8 to the x plus 1. And I'm going to use my property of logs to bring my exponents down. Now it's really important when you do this that you put these parentheses, because we don't just want 3 times the log of 5, we want that whole thing times the log of 5. So let's do the same thing over here. Now at this point, since we're going to do this to the nearest thousandth, we could find decimal approximations of these and work with that, but we may run into a rounding error. So I don't want to change those to decimals until I absolutely have to. Keep in mind they are numbers, so we're just going to treat them like numbers and distribute. It's going to look like this. Two x log 5 minus 3 log 5 equals x log 8 plus log 8. So now I want to get anything that has an x in it, which is this term and this term on one side, and anything without an x on the other. So I'm going to do 2x log 5 minus x log 8. So I'm subtracting this, equals log 8 plus 3 log 5. So on the right-hand side now, remember that's just a number. We're not going to use our calculator just yet. We're going to factor an x out of the left-hand side. 2 log 5 minus log 8 equals log 8 plus 3 log 5, and then we'll divide. So we'll have log 8 plus 3 log 5 divided by 2 2 log 5 minus log 8. So we could put this together a little bit using our rules of logarithms. We could simplify the numerator and the denominator. But since we're asked for the answer as a decimal, we're just going to plug it into our calculator, and we're just going to make sure that we have parentheses here before we do the division. You should get approximately 6.06. If you didn't get that, make sure that you're also, when you type the log, you'll be given the initial parenthesis. You have to close those. So try it and make sure that you're getting 6.06. Now, can you check yourself? Certainly, you can plug the 6.06 back in here. It's not going to. Let's take a look at a couple of other examples that involve base E. So for this first one, we're going to have the E raised to the absolute value of x equals 50. And I'm just going to convert this to logarithmic form. So when I do that, I'm going to convert it to logarithmic form base E. So when I do that, I'm going to get the natural log of 50 equals the absolute value of x. And when we solve an absolute value equation, we say that the inside of the absolute value is either equal to that value or it's equal to the opposite of that value. And so at this point, we're done unless you want a decimal approximation. So we're asked to do it as the nearest thousandth. So I'm going to do the natural log of 50 in my calculator, 3.912. So it'll be plus or minus 3.912. For the next example, it's very similar. We have to do a little bit of simplification first. We know that when we multiply the same base, we add the exponents. So that'll be e to the 5x minus 1 equals 5e. And I can divide by e to get all of our e's together. So on this side, I'll have 5. And when you divide, you subtract. So 5x minus 1 is going to be e to the 5x minus 2. We will then convert it. The natural log of 5 equals 5x minus 2. And we'll solve. The natural log of 5 plus 2 is equal to 5x. And then if we divide by 5, we get the natural log of 5 plus 2 divided by 5 is equal to x. And again, this is the exact answer which we prefer in calculus. But if you're going to find a decimal approximation, you're going to get approximately 0.722. Let's look at a couple of other equations that might involve an exponential expression, such as e to the 2x minus 6e to the x plus 5 equals 0. And in this case, we want to give the exact value. So you may notice that this is quadratic in form, and we can let u equal e to the x. So if we do that, we have u squared minus 6u plus 5 equals 0, which factors as u minus 5 and u minus 1. And we get two answers for u, 5 and 1. Then we resubstitute e to the x equals 5 and e to the x equals 1. And we convert to logarithmic the natural log of 5 and the natural log of 1. And of course, the natural log of 1 is 0. So we have these two results. So something you might see in calculus would look very different, but once you do a little bit of simplification, it's exactly the same. So what we're going to do here is I notice that I have this e to the 5x minus 2, and I'm going to factor that out of this term and this term. So I know it looks really scary, but once we do that, you're going to see that it's much, much easier. So when I do that, I'm going to be left with 4x plus 1 times 5 minus 4 over 4x plus 1 quantity squared. So simplifying a little bit more, we're going to get 20x plus 5 minus 4, so plus 1, over the 4x plus 1 squared equals 0. For a fraction to equal 0, the numerator must equal 0. So we have e to the 5x minus 2 times 20x plus 1 equaling 0. And we use the 0 product rule. So we have 20x plus 1 equals 0 and e to the 5x minus 2 equals 0. Well, an e to a power is never going to be 0. What we've done here is we've shifted it left 2 and we've stretched it, actually left 2/5 and stretched it. So we're not going to ever be 0, and so this doesn't really give us anything. You could sketch a graph of that to see that for sure. And so our only answer here is -1/20th. There'll be a new video on logarithmic equations. That concludes this video on exponential equations.